together for our Straight Talk hosts, Kevin and Kristie.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Straight Talk. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, we're very glad to have everybody here in the studio audience and those joining us on TV.
Yes, and you know, summer is actually coming to an end. It has been a great summer, but when summer ends and we get to fall, that means it's back to routines. Like all your routines, you got to get back to those routines.
Back to routine, back to getting up early. The kids are going back to school. You got to get up, go to school, come home, do your chores, do your homework, and then you go to bed and start all over again the next day.
True. And you know, it made me think about our routine with school and everything. Yeah. We've got one more at home that goes to school, and that's Kennedy.
Yep.
Our youngest daughter, she just got her license, though, not too long ago. She's 16, she's got her license. And so that reminded me that she's driving to school now. I don't have to wake up super early and take her to school. No, it's a win. That is a win. Hallelujah. I don't have to get up.
She's actually a very good driver. Kennedy's a good driver. Her grandma's let her drive them
everywhere.
That's true.
She's a pretty good driver.
When she gets in the car with them, she's a really good driver.
Well, speaking of good drivers, let me tell you something. I can't even remember. It's been so long, and I mean long. It's been so long.
I have a feeling
it's been so long since I can't even remember the last time I got a speeding ticket. I mean, I know I got one at one point in my life, but it has been one point in my life, but it's been so long I can't even remember the last time I got a speeding ticket. But how about you?
And what point are you trying to make? Okay,
you just got a speeding
ticket. Here's the story. I turned the ripe old age of 50 this year.
Yes, you did.
And
Congratulations, 50 years old. You're looking good for 50, let me tell you. You're looking good for 50.
You. I knew 50 would bring some changes. I just wasn't expecting it to be in my pocketbook.
Yes.
Speeding ticket.
Yes.
So I got my very first speeding ticket ever.
Congratulations, you got a speeding ticket.
Ever. And the funny thing is I couldn't stop smiling and laughing when the officer pulled me over. He thought I was losing my mind.
Okay, but guys, you gotta understand, she gets on my case all the time. We go driving, I mess up once, she's like, I never got a speeding ticket. I never got a speeding ticket. I've never got a speeding ticket in my life. I'm like, whatever. Now the truth is, I can't remember the last time I got a speeding ticket, but you, ma'am.
I can remember.
It was last week.
But the last ticket wasn't the speeding for you.
Okay, we won't talk about that one. But anyway,
moving on.
Everybody help us welcome our DJ Mix Master, Kay Tizzle.
How are you, Tizzle?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm doing good. I'm enjoying that it's getting cooler.
It is getting cooler, but it's back to routine time, so that's fun. But I got to ask you something, like, for real, like, who's the better driver, mom or dad? Come on, you can be, like, tell us who you think is the better driver.
Kennedy.
Kennedy's better than us? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know your mom is a crazy driver.
We know the elderly need
I am a professional driver.
Their license revoked after a while.
You what?
I said, the elderly needs their license revoked after a little while. So you're getting
closer. Elderly yet. We're not elderly yet. We're not. What are you saying right now? What are you saying right now?
No, you guys are great drivers. You guys are great drivers.
She said we're elderly. Like, where did that even come from? Anyway, hey folks, we have a great show for you today. We've got the comedy magic of Twisty the Great. I can't wait for that. And then later we'll conclude our discussion on Straight Talk called Stay in Your Lane. It's been a good one. It's been a good one. We've enjoyed it. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this commercial break.
You go ahead and take sponge just like that. Close your hands super tight. Now, if you did it properly and did a fist bump, did you feel it?
Sure.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, go ahead and open your hand. Oh, that is so cool. See? Now, but when Kevin does it, Kevin, which one did you want?
That one.
You want that one?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Positive?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this one.
Okay.
You go ahead and take that one. Close your hand super tight. Super tight, just like that. Go ahead and open your hand.
Oh.
What in the world?
When I'm listening to a customer, my number one priority is to listen.
In every moment that I'm with this customer or this client, am I doing everything that I can to look out for their best interest at the end of the day?
Just make sure they have plenty of options and they're happy with the choice that they make. It doesn't matter what we want, everything that they want is what we want to make happen.
At the end of the day, we do a walkthrough, communicate with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with what they've spent their hard-earned money for.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome. Today, our first guest is no stranger to Connection Life. As a church, we serve thousands in our community at an Easter weekend outreach that we called Easter at the Mall, where our guests actually performed on stage for everyone that attended. He still tours throughout the summer, performing on stages big and small at local fairs, and you might just see him creating his stunning balloon sculptures at the Salem Saturday Market. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me welcome my friend, Twisty the Great.
Right on.
Good to have you, man.
Thanks for
Good to have
having
you.
me.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
All right, well, actually, I started a long time ago. And actually, this was one of my first tricks I ever learned because it was simple, it was easy, it was elegant. It taught me how to go ahead and actually arrange myself to where I can do sleight of hand magic in front of an audience, big or small. As I was talking this way, I was thinking to myself, how could I go ahead and make this bigger and better? Well, one way was to go ahead and actually do it, was to go ahead and make things vanish just like that. And then we also go ahead and pull out another handkerchief just like that. And I said, you know what? Making one handkerchief disappear is okay. Everybody knows how to do that. But do you know how to bring it back with another handkerchief just like this and cause it to come directly out of your hand? Just like that. Thank you very much, guys. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you guys liked that one. That was very good. We have a couple more, but I do need participation from Kevin and his lovely lady assistant over there. Very good. Right on. So I've been performing throughout the summers and stuff, and I've created some new tricks, and you guys get to experience those. I'm going to go ahead and use Kevin first because he likes mystifying, and he likes to go ahead and see if he can bust a magician or not.
I'll bust ya.
So what I want you to do is go ahead and actually open that deck of cards for me. Just go ahead and open it.
Okay.
Just make sure it's a real deck of cards. Just go ahead and fan them out. Make sure each card's different. You could even put them out towards the audience to make sure each card is completely different.
Looks different. Yeah. Looks
We're
like
good so far, yes.
Yeah, it looks
well
legit.
mixed. And
It looks legit.
all right, did you want me to go ahead and shuffle the cards, or did you just want me to leave them the same way?
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, shuffle them.
So I'm going to go ahead and show off just a little bit, okay?
Show us.
Just so you guys know how I've become a better magician in my life. There we go. Didn't even need a table for that. Let's go ahead and actually cut that one more time.
I'm impressed.
Very good. So, Kevin, what I want you to do is go ahead and tell me when to stop. Don't stop here. Don't stop there. Anywhere in between.
Okay.
Just tell me when to stop, okay? Just tell me when.
Stop.
Not there.
That
okay.
was fast.
Okay, I'll slow down just a little bit for you. Here we go.
Stop.
Perfect. Go ahead and take that top card. Do not show me whatever you do. And go ahead and show everybody out there in TV land. And also go ahead and take that deck of cards from me. Go ahead and put the card anywhere you want inside the deck. Doesn't matter where you put it.
Okay.
Go ahead and shuffle it up real quick. Put it inside the box. Once you're done putting it inside the box, go ahead and stick the box on your forehead.
On my forehead.
On your forehead, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, while you're going to do that, I want you to go ahead and think about that. Go ahead and flip the box around so they can actually see it. Yeah, there you go. That way they know it's a professional bicycle brand. All right, there we go. And I'm just drawing. Are you thinking about that card?
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're thinking about the next plane ride. All right, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I got it. My artistic abilities is not that great, but I think we got your card. It's just like that, right?
What?
Go ahead and check the front. Just check, just check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it matches pretty good,
It
right?
does match pretty good.
I honestly don't think you were thinking about that card. Why don't you go ahead and put it back on your forehead.
Okay.
Just go ahead and think about the card. Close your eyes, think about the card levitating outside the pack of cards. Just think about it. Just think about it a little bit more. Just think about it a little bit more, Kevin.
I am.
Oh, man, you thought about it. But why don't you go ahead and open your eyes? Actually, you know what? I said let's go ahead and actually do this a step a little bit further. and actually give him a souvenir just like that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool. All right, now it's time for you both.
Okay.
I know you guys are extremely connected, but we're going to see how connected you guys are together today.
Okay.
So can you go ahead and stand over here for me? You stand right there. Very good. I'm going to hand you this zombie deck of cards.
Zombie deck.
They're zombie, okay? I want you to go ahead and open it. Make sure they're not going to bite you or anything like that. Yes.
I'm not going to turn that in.
No, they're undead cards. They're
Wow.
good. It's like pretty awesome. Yeah, you just look through them, shuffle them up really good.
Okay.
Has no reason to this trick at all. It's so good. Just go ahead and we'll make sure they're well mixed.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Shuffle them up real good.
Shuffle.
Yeah, you go ahead. I just wanted to see how good you were. It's so good.
I'm not even going to try
All right,
to shuffle.
you're fine. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Count out 10 cards in my hand, please. Just count them out. No, you guys count it out loud. I want you to, everybody hear. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect, 10 cards. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and hand that deck right there to Kevin, please. Just go ahead and hand it to Kevin.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and put those anywhere on your body. Just,
Put
not
the whole
you.
thing?
Yeah, just go ahead. Not you, just hold your horses over there. All right, go ahead and put it anywhere on your body. Just don't let me see where you put it, okay? All right, the next thing I want you to do is go ahead and count out 10 cards for me while you're putting those cards out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Excellent, very good. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and put those anywhere on your body. Don't let me see where you put them. I'll put these away. All right, have you guys put them anywhere? No, it has to be somewhere where I can't see them at all. Can't be on your forehead. You cannot touch them once they're put away. Have you done this?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good job. All right. Now, this is the fun part, and this is most important for you. You can just stand there and go, there you go. All right. That's horribly rehearsed, but anyway. What I want you to do is go ahead and take out an imaginary card for me. Just go ahead and take out an imaginary card.
Pretend I have one.
Pretend you have one. Very good. Now, I want you to make this look really cool, okay? I want you to toss it behind your back, catch it. Go ahead and go over your leg, catch it, and I want you to toss it behind your back, and then you're going to toss it through the air, and what are you going to do?
Catch it.
Show me. No, like that. Oh, good boy. All right, there we go. All right, you got that?
Okay.
I want you to do slow motion. I need you to do super slow motion. What you're going to do is go ahead and do a lot more stuff, throw it up through your leg, but you're going to toss it to me, and then I can do some cool stuff. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and toss it in slow motion, and you're going to end up, what are you going to do? But slow motion.
Got it.
It has to be super slow motion. We cannot go ahead and actually let people know that it's actually going really fast paced.
Okay.
Okay? Are you good at this? Show us your slow motion. Go ahead and go for it.
Okay, so I have my card.
Yeah. Slow it down. All right, give them a round of applause, guys. That takes a lot of skill. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. You caught it and everything. You get the slow motion.
Is that it? You just want to see me be silly.
Well, actually, you guys are connected, right? I said that at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see how well you guys are connected.
Okay.
How many cards should you have?
I had 10.
And how many do you have?
I had 10.
Very good. Kristie, would you like to go ahead and take those out for me, please?
Sure. Sure. Ooh.
Oh, I love pit cards. Okay, all right. Anyway.
They were in.
Sure, okay. Are you sure?
You want them back?
Yeah, actually I do. I'll wash my hands later. It's all good. All right, I need you to count them out loud so people know exactly that you have 10 cards. I hope you have 10 cards. You better have 10.
1.
Okay.
2.
3.
4.
5.
6. 7.
Oh, wait. I said these two were connected, right?
Oh, you're going to say I have 13, huh?
I hope not. That'd be weird, right?
Okay,
Because you had to run over here, take one off, and
I
run.
had 10.
Right, or she actually placed them on you somehow during this whole.
Okay.
So go ahead and take your cards out. Okay, go ahead and count them out loud, just to make sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my God.
Now, just go ahead and let you guys know, these guys have been connected a long time.
26 years.
Whew, that's a long time in prison. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Marriage is a good thing. I'm actually getting married January 28th.
Hey! That's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure. I got one more trick for you guys. Okay. And this one's going to take concentration between both Kevin and Kristie. You guys want to stand on each side of the table for me? No card tricks this time. We're not going to use that trick. We're actually going to use sponge balls. The reason why is because sponge balls. SpongeBob. Yeah, sponge balls.
Oh.
But they are sponge and bob, so we're good. It's awesome. So, Kevin, which one would you like, sponge or bob?
I'll take the one closest to me.
Perfect. Go ahead and put your hand out like that for me, and go ahead and close that in super tight for me, okay? Kristie, you do the same thing. There you go. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and give a fist bump, please. Just like that. Go ahead and open your hands, and they switch places. I'm just
awesome,
kidding.
Dude.
Yeah, it works really cool. So when I do it, Kristie, you follow along on this. Which one did you want, sponge or bob?
I want sponge.
You want sponge? Okay. I'm going to take bob just like that. You go ahead and take sponge just like that. Close your hands super tight. Now, if you did it properly and did a fist bump, did you feel it?
Sure.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and open your hand. Oh, that is so cool. See? Now, but when Kevin does it, Kevin, which one did you want?
That one.
You want that one?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Positive?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this one.
Okay.
You go ahead and take that one. Close your hand super tight. Super tight, just like that. Go ahead and open your hand.
Oh.
What in the world?
You got SpongeBob Patrick and...
I know. Multiplying balls. We all have kids, and they multiply, and then that's how we create life, guys.
That was awesome.
You guys have a good one. Thank you very much, guys.
You guys, give it up for Twisty the Great. That was awesome, bro. We appreciate you being here. I hope you'll stick around for the show.
Oh, yes, I'm going to stick around for sure.
Well, we'll be back right after this with more Straight Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
10,
11,
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What? Oh, shoot!
Dude, I gave it. It shocked my finger.
You're out of here.
It shocked my finger. Then
As soon as it gave it to me, it started shocking me. Hey, what's up, everybody? Pastor Kevin here from Connection Life Church in downtown Salem, Oregon. Running some errands right now, but I thought it would be a good time to just go into the Word with you. So guess what time it is? It's time for your 60-second Devos. Let's do it. All right, everybody, today we're in Psalm chapter 39, verse 1, where it says, I said to myself, I will watch what I do, and I will not sin with what I say. I will hold my tongue when I am around the ungodly. Do you know that sometimes there's going to be things in our life that we just have to get off our chest, but you got to understand it's not always wisdom to just speak your mind. Sometimes you have to watch what you say. It kind of relates to our Devos from the other day, where it said, don't talk too much. You know, you have to use wisdom there and not talk so much. Today we need to watch what we do so that we're not falling into sin, so that we're not giving the wrong impression, so that especially when we're around the ungodly, we're not causing them to think we're hypocrites and that we don't care about what we think, what we say, or what we do, and what other people think. All right, so let's represent God well today. All right, and let's do what's right. All right, this has been your 60-second Devos, and hey, why not share this with somebody else? It only takes a minute or two to watch it, but it just might change their life forever. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. God bless you. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Well, welcome back, everyone. Twisty the Great. That was amazing. But today we have an exciting and electrifying game for you in our fun segment. And we've got our guests. We've got Twisty on the set. That's awesome. We've got Jim and Don Horn with us from JDBuysHouses.com. JD Buy Homes. We'll talk about that later. We also have our hostess, Kristie, with the mostest. And today we're playing a brand new game called Shock Potato. It's going to be a lot of fun. So here's how we're going to be playing this game. I've got 5 cards right here on the table. We're going to shuffle these cards, everybody. We're just going to kind of do what they call a wash shuffle. Is that right? Something like that, a wash shuffle. Then we're going to pick a card. We're going to pick this card. I just happen to pick the ace. There's only one ace in the deck. It's worth 11, all right? There's also a face card. That's worth 10. And then there's a 9, a 7, and a 2. Each of those cards, you have to take it for face value, okay? Then we have the shock ball. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this shock ball on after we've picked a card. Once you've picked a card, I'm going to start the round. And I'm going to turn it on, and you have to hold this ball in the hand as long as your card is worth. So if you got the 9, you have to hold it for 9 seconds. This might shock you. You cannot drop it. If you drop it, the round is over and you're eliminated. So if it shocks you at 2 and you got 9, you have to hold it for 7 seconds. Okay? Here we go. Do you have a question?
Yes.
Jim's got a question.
Who's counting?
Who is counting? I don't even know.
Better not be the referee for Mike Tyson.
Maybe we count, like ourselves. Yeah. We count ourselves, like 1, 2, 3. But you cannot do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can't do that, okay? It's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we'll count for the person.
Yeah, we'll all count together, okay? We'll all count together, okay?
No slow count.
So I might forget to count when I'm holding it.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so you got to count. You got to hold it while you count it. Are we ready to play, you guys? Are we ready? Okay, Dizzle, are we ready?
Oh, we're ready.
Okay, so I got to tell you guys, this is a brand new game and we've never tested it. I do not know how powerful this is going to be. So, come on, step forward. We're going to gather around this table. Okay? If you drop it, you're eliminated. All right? You shuffle the cards. You get it good, okay? Yeah, I don't want to turn it on. We got to pick our card first. Here we go. All right, so everybody pick a card, whatever card you want. Go ahead. Ladies first. Pick your card. And I'll pick this one. And what card did you get? Oh, I got a jack. Oh. Jim got the 2. Don got the 11. Okay, so you have to hold it for 7 seconds, 2 seconds, 11 seconds, 9, and 10. All right, don't forget. In fact, put it on the table just like that.
Okay.
And I'm going to start. Are we ready, K-Dizzle? Here we go. Oh, man, you guys. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's going. 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Oh, shoot!
Dude, I gave it to him. It shocked my finger.
You're out of here.
It shocked my finger. Then it went
As soon as he gave it to me, it started shocking me.
Don't break the ball.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, you're out.
Okay,
So
so
we
I'm
can-
out.
So do we turn it off?
I think it's off. How did that go off? We get to shuffle again.
Right?
And not only that, but
thank
we're
you.
taking a card out.
You
All
are
right,
out.
you guys, here we go.
No,
So I'm
it's
going to
still
take a
on.
card out, and I'm taking out.
It's on.
It's on.
11, that's fine.
Okay, we're going to
Okay,
take the
dude,
11 out.
Oh, see ya.
Yep.
11. All right.
Hallelujah.
Girls first.
All right,
As soon as I
ladies,
gave it
go
to
ahead
him,
and
pump
pick a
that
card.
shot.
Go ahead and pick a card.
Last time I picked the card first, I got the 11.
Go ahead, ladies. Okay,
11's out.
Dawn. Okay. All right, put your card. You got the 10.
She's struggling.
You got the 10. All right, you got to hold it for 2 seconds. Ready? Go. 1, 2,
Two.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That worked.
Oh, you're so good, dude. You're so good. You're out with me, man. You're out with me. You're out with me. He left the stage. He left the show. He left the show.
Do we have to scramble?
All right, so now I'm going to scramble it again.
Okay.
I'm going to scramble it again, but I'm going to take one out. I'm going to take one out. Let me take that one out. The 10 is gone.
Oh,
The
that's
10 is
good.
gone.
Okay.
All right, so ladies, you go first. Pick a card. Pick a card. Okay.
Every time.
Got the 9. Already got left. All right, you got the 2. All right, here we go. And you ready, K Dizzle? Got to hold it for here we go. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She doesn't even care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is so bad.
Is your arm okay?
I might need surgery. My watch shocked me.
All right, we're down to the final 2.
All right.
Last 2 players.
Let me mix these up. Okay.
Well, you've taken out the highest number every time.
7 is gone.
Still
Okay.
a 9.
Which one do you want, Don? If you pick the highest one. 2!
Got
Yes!
the 2.
Yes! Okay, Don, you're going to stand right here because you guys are the final 2. All right?
He doesn't
Here we
know.
go.
Just
And go.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, was that shocking? Were you shocked by that?
I think that's why you invited me.
Ladies and gentlemen, our winner, That was incredible.
I can't believe I had all the high
was
cards.
She didn't even care. She was like, eh.
It doesn't bother me.
All right, when we come back, we'll sit down with our guests from jdhousebuyers.com.
Yes.
These are our good friends, and later in the show, we'll conclude our straight talk discussion called Stay in Your Lane. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Yes, we want to teach and we want to, my biggest thing is mindset, you know, just show people that, you know, just squat up with someone that's been doing it.
Right.
And do deals. Like,
That's
don't
so
worry
cool.
about all the stuff that goes along with it.
At Advantage Heating and Air, we believe in our craftsmanship. Did you know the same piece of equipment installed by 2 different contractors can perform up to 50% differently? And the #1 source for failure of an HVAC within the first 5 years is due to improper installation. That's why we train 3 times a week. That's why we're the best trained craftsmen in the area. And that's why we're extending our warranty. The average system is replaced every 15 years, and the typical labor warranty is 2 to 3. So, we're giving you 20 years. Why? Because we're obsessed with giving you the quality, reliability, and peace of mind you deserve.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Well, today's guests are real estate investors and they're good friends of ours. They are currently living in Arizona where they run their business, jdhousebuyers.com. The housing market has been kind of like a roller coaster lately, and we're going to talk about that with Jim and Don. So put your hands together for our friends, Jim and Don Horn. Yes! Good to see you. So good to see you. Come on in, brother. Good to have you, man. Thank you. Good to have you. Come on in, man. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, what a shocking game. Thanks for playing with us.
Oh my gosh.
Don, I don't understand why you always pick the biggest number. That was crazy.
And I can't believe I didn't get shocked.
She won.
She did win. Yes, she did
She is
win.
a winner. All the
You're
time.
always a winner. Always a winner. Well,
say.
let's talk about winning, because I brought you on the show because you guys are friends of ours who do real estate. But first, I follow you on social media. You guys have moved to Arizona. How is that? Like, are you guys just trying to go to the sun, or did you have a reason? What's Arizona about?
Well, how's my tan?
Well, hers is better.
Oh, yeah.
We do. We love the sunshine. So we'll still spend our summers here in Oregon. So
Okay.
we're kind of blessed to be able to
Okay,
experience
so
both.
you're doing both.
Where
Yeah.
in Arizona are you?
So we're in the East Valley of Phoenix, like
Okay.
Queen Creek area. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that near Deanna or no? Darren?
Possibly.
Yeah, we don't know where they are.
We're not
But
sure.
If you know where Mesa's at, we're like 20 minutes south
But it's
of Mesa.
hot over there,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
We were just there not too long ago, where I was.
It is right now. That's why we're here.
Oh, gotcha. Very
Right.
nice.
Back in Oregon during the hot season and there in the cold.
And
Yeah.
the rest of the year, the other 7 months, it's like paradise. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
weather is just consistent and beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
the
we've
sun
been.
shines every day.
I love it. I love it. We've been watching, or at least I've been following you guys on social
Yeah.
media, and I know we've talked before about real estate. In fact, we've even done a deal together.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
it. That's awesome. But tell the viewing audience, like, what is it that you actually do? What are you really doing?
What?
Like, you're buying houses.
So yeah.
But
so
then what?
Well, and we buy virtually, so which is something that most people don't. It just makes their head go.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
of the houses that we bought over the last 5 years, very few of them we've actually been to. And
Oh.
so we buy mostly rental real estate
Uh-huh.
in about 12 different states, and it's been a lot of learning.
Yeah.
It's been a big learning curve.
Yep.
But and then we help folks that are want to become homeowners but don't
Yeah.
really qualify quite yet. So we help them get into the house. We let them make a payment to us for a while until they can qualify. So kind of we invest in the property and then we invest in them and they pay us
Okay.
over time.
Nice.
So that's kind of like a lease to own. So you buy it and lease it to them,
Yeah,
right?
that's our primary strategy.
So how do you find these people?
The people that we
Yeah,
lease to,
like how do
Yeah.
you know that people like? Where do you find these people who want to buy a house?
So
that's your lane.
Yeah. So talking about lanes, we got
Yeah.
our own lanes
Yeah.
in our company
Okay.
too.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
But yeah, so we most of our like tenant buyers is what I typically call them, or lease option buyers. I find them through just marketing on social media.
Yeah.
Marketplace is a big one. I'll put it on Zillow. I'll put it in social media groups. So depending on the market that we're in, we'll pick groups that we're going to be a part of, and we'll
Okay.
market the property in the groups. So that's kind of the easy part, finding the people
Really?
Yeah.
that want to take advantage of this type of opportunity. They're just super excited. I mean, it's
So
really
you
a
have
blessing.
an ad that you put out
Yeah.
that also kind of
Yeah,
announces
we just
that
market the
that's
property
kind of-
just like you would if you were to market as a rental, except for I'm marketing it as rent to own. Have an opportunity to own this
Okay.
home or work towards
Yeah.
owning this home.
Okay. So the market's really flipped on us lately.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
went
it
from like
has.
super hot to all of a sudden it's
Super
like
not.
getting really cold, right?
Yeah.
The opposite of that ball. It's
Yeah.
definitely not electric right now. So how has that affected your business lately?
We're actually really excited about it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
we're
awesome.
excited about the change because that doesn't affect us. In fact, it kind of pivots things a little bit more in our favor because we're investors, right? So we've
Yeah.
got to buy at a discount. And the sellers recently have been in a frenzy where, they can just throw it on the market. It doesn't matter where it's at, what street it's at. It's
Yeah.
a good street, bad street, doesn't matter. They'll get over asking the next day.
They have been,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's starting to
Go away.
go away,
Yeah.
where people are starting to have to become a little bit more realistic, and we're seeing more opportunity
Nice,
where
nice.
we can come in and pick
Yeah.
up properties.
Yeah. And
So.
get them more at that rate they should be at.
Yeah, right at the right. I mean, there's a lot of fear, I think, being
Yeah.
pumped,
Right.
into our daily lives, and that's causing people to kind of freeze. They don't really
Yeah.
know. They have fear
Yeah.
of the unknown. They're just not exactly
Yeah.
sure, if this is the right time to sell, if this is the right time
Right,
to buy, and so. That's actually a place where we can help people too. So
Okay.
we're able to, it's not like we're just coming in there trying to buy everything at pennies on the dollar. We're still trying to be able to
Right.
make it a win-win situation for everybody, where
everybody.
we can help a seller who wants to sell, but they're thinking that maybe they missed the white hot seller's
Right.
market,
Yeah.
and they're
Right.
kind of on the other side,
Yeah.
but they still think there might be a little bit of a chance to get a good price.
Yeah.
Right. So we can come in and help them, and then of course the folks that we help on the other end. That's
Nice.
our
Well, it's
favorite part.
interesting because your marketing technique, you said you're looking for people who want to lease to own or something like that.
Yeah.
So are you actually putting out there like, hey, lease to own your own house or whatever? But then do you already have properties for these people? Okay.
Yeah, so we're typically trying to acquire properties on some sort of terms as well. So we buy most of our properties subject to existing mortgages or seller finance.
Yeah.
So we buy them on terms and then we sell them
Yeah.
on terms, and it gives us a lot of flexibility. So I just feel like with the changes in the market, it's great because it just sort of evens out the playing field a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for those watching on television, so what you're talking about is the subject to deal, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna buy it on contract with someone who's selling their house. You're going to make those payments to them on contract, right? But in turn, you have the right to sell it to somebody else
Yep.
on your terms.
Yep.
And so you put them in there, and then you're making the difference, I guess. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing because an example, just to kind of bring it all around, is, you know, I come across a seller that is in financial distress and they're behind on their payments.
Okay.
We can come in, we can catch up that loan, we can buy the house from them subject to the existing mortgage. They can move on. We typically will give them some moving money or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of different scenarios
Yeah.
where we can help them. And then I'm able to take that house and mark it up a little bit to the end buyer, to a lease buyer that wants to work towards
Right.
owning that home ultimately.
Right.
So it's
how
a really
long
cool
have you been
program.
doing this?
A little over 5 years full time, and then we dabbled in real estate a lot
Yeah.
for about the last
Yeah.
20 years, and
Okay.
got caught back there.
So your strategy has probably changed over the years.
Yeah.
Like
we've
from
learned
where
a
you
lot.
started
Yeah.
to where you are right
Yeah.
now.
Absolutely learned a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
So how
There's
many
so many
properties
different
do you
ways.
have right now? Do you have a number of properties? Like, so you have leasers and renters, and how do you keep track of all
Yeah,
that?
I mean, it's always, you know, we've sold. I
Changing,
think
yeah.
we like
You
sold
buy and
5
sell, yeah.
because people get
Yeah.
their financing. We try to set them
Right.
up for success to
That's
actually
awesome.
accomplish that. So I
Right.
think I have 16 right now in our portfolio,
Okay.
and then I think we've done maybe 60 deals in the last 3 years.
Wow, 60 in 3 years.
Just, and different types of strategies.
Sure.
Flips, wholesaling,
Yeah.
all
Uh-huh.
the tools in our toolbox.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
She's
so-
been busy.
Yeah.
I just been hanging out.
You just
Not
your
true.
lane is hanging out.
I just been hanging out.
So
But I love her. She's great.
yeah, you guys are doing good. So you don't do anything else. This is what you do for a living.
So this is it right now, and we have an assistant that helps us, and it's, I mean, we're very busy. It's all we can do full time at this point, but I mean, we did just we are breaking into a little bit of a new field, and it's the education business. So
Really?
maybe we'll have another sit down, another straight
love
talk
that.
with you guys later
I
about
love
that.
So that's going to probably be educating people on how to buy a house. And
We
make
want to
it-
focus on the folks that are really struggling,
Yeah.
that want to get
Yeah.
into the business like we did when
Yeah.
we can take all the lessons and all the pain and all the hardships that we learned when we
Uh-huh.
were first getting started, not knowing what to say,
Nice,
not knowing what to
nice.
do, and we could help those people that are just getting started transition into
Yeah.
and get their foot in the door. Just that little nudge that gives them the confidence to move forward.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
Well, we're almost out of time already, but I wanted you to tell me, because I know you're having an investor meetup coming up. Tell us a little bit about that. That kind of that's kind of like you're leaking into the education piece, right?
Yeah.
So what can we expect from that?
Yeah, so I love networking. I've always been involved in some sort of networking type groups, and so I had thought we need to do something when we go back to Salem and visit. Let's get everybody together, and I think this is a really pivotal time because people are sort of feeling paralyzed in this change in the industry. So like, let's get together, let's rub elbows. Let's team up. I mean, this is the time where
Let's motivate.
Yeah,
let's
that's
motivate
awesome.
each other.
Right.
Let's. So really, it's just yes, we want to teach, and we want to. My biggest thing is mindset. Just show people that just squat up with someone that's been doing it,
Right.
and do deals. Like,
That's
don't
so
worry
cool.
about all the stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Well, we're planning to be there. We're going to
Yeah.
be there. That's next
Excited.
Tuesday, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Next
it's coming
Tuesday,
up
we
quick.
will be there. I think I RSVP'd, but I think I added in the notes she was coming. So make
Do you
sure
know the
she
code
can
word?
see. Yes,
Okay.
I do. I do know, but I'm not telling you.
Got to RSVP for the code word. All right.
RSVP'd. I did get the code word, but it's been so great having you guys on the show.
Thank you
and
very much for
playing
having
that
us.
shocking game
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any ice?
Yeah, right. You got burned. But I got good news. They're staying on with us as we
Yes.
finish our conversation about staying in your lane. We're out of time already to talk about real estate, but thank you so much for educating us. I know some of our viewers are really curious, and if they want more information, they go to your website at
check out our website.
jdhousebuyers.com. Look it up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Straight Talk right after this.
Staying in my own lane and my own office and not going over, vice versa.
Yeah.
That it's an area where if you cross that, you're going to be feeling the rumble strip.
That's so true.
That's the bottom line.
Well,
Yeah.
and we've had to discover through being in business together, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're together every day too.
Yep.
You have to discover what your strengths are, what my strengths are, and then we have to learn how to stay out of each other's lane and have faith and believe and trust that the other person is doing what they need to be doing to make things, you know, move forward.
When I'm listening to a customer, my number one priority is to listen.
In every moment that I'm with this customer or this client, am I doing everything that I can to look out for their best interest at the end of the day?
Just make sure they have plenty of options and they're happy with the choice that they make. It doesn't matter what we want, everything that they want is what we want to make happen.
At the end of the day, we do a walkthrough, communicate with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with what they've spent their hard-earned money for.
Welcome back, everyone, to the show. Well, we're on to our last segment of the show, our time to talk.
Yep.
And we have our guests, Jim and Don, joining us.
Yes, they're
for
sticking
this.
around for the teaching.
Yes,
I like it.
we're
I
going
like
to be
it.
continuing our discussion on stay in your lane.
So
let's talk.
It's time to talk. All right. All right, everybody, we've been in a discussion called Stay in Your Lane, and it's been a fun discussion so far.
Yeah, it's been a great discussion to have. It's not really meant to limit you on what you can do. It's meant to kind of free you to do even better, or even maybe just move more freely and comfortably in the lane that you're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, you know, to say, oh, you have to stay right here in this little button, but teaching you how to just flow freely in what you do have, the gifts that you've been given. You know, we've already read how the Word of God says that He's given each person a gift specific for them to flow in and to do it well and to do it freely.
And I appreciate Jim and Don sticking around to discuss this with us. We're talking about staying in our lane. I kind of been teasing her about her driving. Have you guys ever been cut off? Like someone cuts you off when you're driving, right?
I don't.
How frustrating is that?
I drive a very large vehicle, so they don't cut me off very often now. So.
Have you guys ever been cut off?
I have been cut off and cut off.
Hey, this is a firecracker right here.
I've cut and been cut.
Oh man!
I'm telling you, if you cut her off, talk about road rage. Here's how bad she is if someone cuts her off. If someone cuts me off, she'll reach over and honk the horn when I'm driving. I'm like, what in the world?
No, that's not true. I don't do that when they cut you off. But if we're at a stoplight and the light turns green, he will let it turn green 5 times. He just lets
I'm a
them
patient
sit there.
guy. I'm a patient guy.
They're like reading their book or working with their
Checking their
next
phone.
patient, whatever. And I'm like, oh no, beep. Oh, wake them up. They need a wake-up call, right?
Time to go.
A car's equipped with a horn for a reason.
But anyway, our scripture that we talked about on our last show comes out of Hebrews, and it outlined how God gave us each our own gifts. You guys are gifted at buying and selling homes, teaching people how to get a home when they never thought was possible. And I love what you guys are doing because that gifting, it empowers other people. A lot of people just think, oh, I'll never own a home. But you guys have the gift to educate them on that's not true. You actually can. Let's show you how. So Hebrews tells us that God gives each of us a gift to run a specific race. Not everybody can do what you guys do. right? Not everybody can do what we do. And we've been gifted to run a specific lane. And in the scripture, it talks about if you're gifted to prophesy, well, then please don't drift into another lane. Go ahead and prophesy, right?
Right. And I love how when you stay in your lane, people become passionate about what they're doing. It's very easy to see the passion in you guys about what you're doing. And moving into that next step of wanting to educate other people about just this beautiful lane that you're in where everything's just flowing nicely for you, and wanting to educate others how to do that too. You just become passionate about it.
Yeah. And in week 1, we talked about how people actually often fail because they try to get into other people's lanes. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to stay in your own lane, or you can fail. Have you ever failed because you tried something you shouldn't have tried?
Well, look, we work together in the same house.
Yeah.
With offices very close to each other. So let me tell you about staying in our own lane, okay? I just recently taught her how to box. Okay?
Oh, nice.
Now, that might have been a mistake. I don't know. But I will tell you that staying in my own lane and my own office and not going over, vice versa, that it's an area where if you cross that, you're going to be feeling the rumble strip.
That's so true.
That's the bottom line.
Well, and we've had to discover through being in business together, right? I mean, you know you're together every day too. You have to discover what your strengths are, what my strengths are, and then we have to learn how to stay out of each other's lane and have faith and believe and trust that the other person is doing what they need to be doing to make things move forward.
It does kind of get frustrating when someone tries to slip into your lane and do your job. Like, you want to just say, leave me alone. Like, kind of like the trailer. Like, don't tell me what to do. Do your job, right? Stop telling me what to do. Just do what you're supposed to do.
Or stop questioning me about what I'm doing. I got this.
I think it's funny because when we fail because we aren't staying in our lane, sometimes it's real easy to blame someone else. Oh, well, why are you being so weird about this? I failed, so now I feel bad because I jumped into his lane, or my arm reached over into his seat and beeped the horn. So I got to get back in my lane, and then I do better. I feel better. Last week, Pastor Seth was telling us, there's a joy. And you're happy when you're in your own lane, and you're staying out of everybody else's lane.
Absolutely.
Because you're not failing.
In week 2, which was last week, we were reminded that even like Olympic athletes, they only run the race that they were trained to run. And this is so above, like, it's over my head. But when you think about it, like, there's a 100-meter race, there's a 300-meter race, I don't know. There's the one where they hand the baton, all of those races. All of those are just running, but yet each one of those races have a specific type of training. Now, you being a boxer, you might understand this, right? Not every fight is the same. If you're going to box. If you're going to do MMA, then do MMA. If you're going to, every fight is different, and you can't take one boxer and put him in a ring with a wrestler or whatever. It's different, right? I mean,
totally different.
How do you relate to that as far as training goes?
Like training
for fighting or for a fighter. I mean, I don't know if you're a fighter, but you know how to box.
I'm too old for that now.
I know, me too. Way too old.
I only train to stay, in moderately decent condition. But I mean, you're exactly right. You won't know. I mean, there's so. I mean, it's an art, right? Each different style, and if that's what we're talking about, it's an art to it, and you got to be really good at it. And if you go and you try to, you go into the other person's lane and you try to do what they're gonna do,
It would be like an Olympic swimmer going and saying, "Hey, I'd rather run the 300-meter today. Let's switch places."
You
can
it's
come,
not gonna work.
You
It's
can
not
come
gonna work.
do my swim meet for me, and I'm gonna run your race. It just doesn't work because their
Right.
bodies are conditioned to stay in their lane.
You gotta
To do
stay
exactly
in your lane.
what they do.
Right.
So,
I can't go into her office and send out the marketing and talk to our potential buyers and have the same conversation with them that she does. It's just she's a pro at it. It's not my lane.
Right.
And when I do that, it always comes from a place of fear. Fear of missing out. Fear of not knowing, right? Not trusting all the way. And that's, just something, I mean, I don't know, maybe this show has saved me thousands of dollars in therapy.
Well, maybe sometimes with circumstances going on around you too. It's like you get in a rush to get things done or whatever. So you jump out of your lane. And,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. I do know that even in real estate, there's so, like you said, Dawn, there's so many different strategies, right? There's so many lanes that you could go in, but you need to stay in your lane. What's working for you? What have you trained for? What have you prepared for? Because it's easy to watch a bunch of Facebook videos or TikToks of these people making billions of dollars selling real estate a certain way. And so you're thinking, you could easily think, man, maybe we should have done it that way, or maybe we should have done it that way. Then you get in trouble and you mess up altogether.
We did that for several years.
Probably the first 2-3 years, we were constantly
Shiny
changing
object.
lanes. Oh, that looks good. Let's do that. No, no, let's do this. That
sounds like a good
let's do this
strategy.
over here.
I mean, there's a blessing in all of that. You know, I mean, you get to learn a lot of different facets, but then you get to kind of hone in on one section and stay there. That's great advice, staying there.
Yeah, because that's when people get in wrecks, is when they try to drive in every single lane, right? You just got to stick to your lane. Don't try to get in everybody else's lane, and don't get in an accident. Because when you start trying to do everybody else's job, you get in an accident. I mean, even here on this set, you know, there's certain people that will do the lights, certain people that will do the sound, certain people. Now, there's some times where we have a lack of drivers, so everybody has to wear more than one hat. But for the most part, if you can stick to your lane, we're just going to be a lot more successful.
In the time that we have left. And it's found in 1 Corinthians 12, 29 through 30. And it says, are we all apostles? Are we all prophets? Are we all teachers? Do we all have the power to do miracles? Do we all have the gifts of healing? Do we all have the ability to speak in unknown languages? Do we all have the ability to interpret unknown languages? Of course not.
No. I like
we
how it says
don't all have the ability to do everything, because if we all have that ability, how would we work together?
I like how the Bible emphasizes, of course not.
Of course
right?
not, yeah.
It lists a bunch of stuff, like, are we all prophets? Are we all teachers? Are we all this? Are we all that? Of course not.
Yeah, the Bible is very clear that we are not all created for every lane or every gift, every talent.
No room for interpretation there. That is pretty black and white.
Straightforward, to the point.
It is. But sometimes you go to different organizations, even different churches, and there's some people that you're going to run into, and they just think they have to be involved with everything, like everything.
Or they just don't think everybody doing their own thing is good enough.
Right.
Or the right way. They have a better way, or whatever.
They all want to make their opinions known. They want to speak like, have you thought about doing it this way? Have you thought about doing it that way? But the Bible's clear that not everybody is created for every lane. I truly believe that, like we were talking about the Olympics earlier, some of those Olympians, like that's like the highest level of competition in the world, right? Worldwide, highest level. And some of them were just born. Like from the time they were born, they were already being prepared for
it's
those.
Like they ran out of the womb.
Right? Literally.
Seriously.
Like maybe they were inside the womb, like. I mean,
that's a crazy weird visual for me.
I don't know. It is a weird visual. Like Jim and I would not know, but maybe you two would. I don't know, but
I'm pretty
like,
sure Kaylani was a gymnast. I mean, from those bars. She thought they were bars, but they were my ribs.
But here's an example. Have you guys ever gone to like a class or a teaching of some sort, and the teacher comes out and they're trying to teach you everything, but they're so boring. Like they're boring. Yeah. You almost don't get anything out of it, right?
You're checked out.
You're checked out. You're checked out. So when you guys do your thing, you know, you guys have to probably put some energy into it, and you know, you can't just teach monotone and all of that. You got to put some life into it, because not everybody was made to be a teacher.
Yeah. Right. We were talking about last week on the show with Seth how sometimes people do so much, like they're in so many lanes that they can't even do the lane they're supposed to be in very well, because they're just exhausted.
Right.
They just don't have the energy or anything to do it, because they're trying to do too much. Where we can thrive so well in our own lane, you know, with joy and happiness.
I feel that way.
Felt that?
We've discovered that in our business,
Yeah.
honestly, because, you know, we're both trying to, at first, we were both trying to do the same jobs and not realizing what our true skills were. And we're still defining that. We're still defining where my skills are, where his skills are, and then not trying to run into each other's lane, because it's exhausting. And you never get good. You never really truly get good or passionate about what you really want to be doing if you're constantly worrying about what the other person's doing.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Jack of all trades, master of none. Right.
Yeah. Or
So
you
we're
feel
still
like you never
defining
get-
that, even in our business together.
Or you feel like you never get anything fully done.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you have a bunch of half-done projects laying everywhere, and nothing's ever really done wonderfully or perfectly, or
How many books do you have on your bookshelf that have a page marker? They're halfway through. Or there's, you know what I mean? Like
That's so true.
Oh, I have a lot of those.
And welcome to my office, you guys. I have so many tasks right now and different projects going on. It's like my wife has to tell me all the time, like, you need to stop already, right? You can't start another business. Like, you've got to stop already.
you and I are so similar in that way. I mean, we're just
Dreamers.
but we're driven.
I like
We're
to say
Visionary.
visionary.
Sorry, yes.
Right.
So I like that one.
You're so driven, you're so motivated that you can't help but just want to just tackle everything.
Yeah.
You know? And so
Yeah.
I'm sure this is, you guys are teaching it, but you're getting better as you teach it.
Yeah.
Well, I do think one of our lanes has always been leadership development. So we teach a lot of leadership development in our organization, in our ministry. We do a lot of leadership development. But I tell all of my students that I've ever taught, like when I teach, I'm teaching myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally learning from myself teaching, right? I'm not teaching it because I'm the expert. I'm teaching it because that was the gifting, right? The gifting, the lane that I was given was to teach leadership. And I'm not saying I'm John Maxwell. I'm just saying this is what I feel like God gifted me, and that's what I love doing. She talked about being passionate about your gifting in the lane. So that's what we do, right? Yeah. But you've got to stay in that lane. It's very dangerous. We talked about in the show that you can get in an accident. You can even cause death. I mean, it's just it's really difficult when you don't stay in your lane, or when other people don't stay in lane, right? Yeah, you get frustrated. Don't you get frustrated?
You get frustrated. I think even when somebody else is trying to converge into your lane, even you driving in your own lane can get frustrated and get off. Or just feel like you're not, you're just not there.
Well, don't come down to
All the
Phoenix
way.
and drive on the I-10.
Yeah.
Because that's 6 lanes of nobody knows where they're supposed to be going.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's been a great discussion. It's been a great topic, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh,
Thanks
it was
for joining
amazing.
us.
Thank you.
And this is the end of our series, and I want to just wrap it up with this. Life can get frustrating at times.
Yeah.
But often we bring that frustration on ourselves. It's usually because we're never satisfied with what we have, but we're always looking for what everyone else has.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even recognize the gifts and talents God has given us. So we start drifting into lanes of the other people.
Yeah, and you may not recognize it, but you are talented.
Yes, you are.
You're like the Mario Andretti of your lane. Don't be like Dr. Truitt here. And start messing around in the kitchen only to end up with a train wreck at the dinner table.
Come on.
God has blessed you with a specific set of skills. Use those skills to change the world.
Yes.
Use those gifts to bring God glory. Stay in your lane and win the race God has set before you.
Good series. Good series.
Love it.
Well, we're out of time, but we want to thank our guest, Twisty the Great, was with us.
Yes.
That was awesome. We want to thank Jim and Don Horn from jdhousebuyers.com.
Yes. We also want to thank our sponsors, Advantage Heating and Cooling, keeping Salem and the Mid-Valley comfortable since 1992. They keep us nice and cool.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time with a brand new Straight Talk called Shipwrecked. Have a great weekend.
Yeah,
Thanks for tuning in. I went up like this, and my mic dragged along something. Went, ah. And I saw those two girls look up real quick, like, he's reading the scripture. I'm like, what just happened?
Okay, I saw them laughing, but I guess I